So the first song
Mm-hmm.
was "We Cry," and so I was reading about this a little bit. It's about the people Danny knew in Dublin growing up, and you can sort of, you'd assume that listening to the song as well. Uh, but yeah, what's your sort of initial thoughts about this song?
As we also go along in the album, there are parts where there's sort of sound designing
Mm-hmm.
in the song itself. For example, this one starts off with sounding of like a from a
Mm-hmm.
Walkman,
Mm-hmm.
sorry,
Yeah,
and or maybe inside a room, like you kind of visually
yeah.
place the sound coming
Well,
from
whenever I think it's quite
a
cool when
certain kind of thing.
it's used correctly, these type of effects, because I think again it draws you in as you're listening,
Mm-hmm.
because the way if it sounds like it's coming out of a stereo and then it slowly changes into like a full surround sound type, you
Yeah,
know, it definitely
exactly.
draws
So
you in a little bit just from the beginning with the tune just
it
starts.
just could be it just could be from someone listening inside a room or someone listening through a wall or something like that. Like it's just a muffled sound
Yeah,
and
and then
then
it
sort of
opens up.
surrounds you.
Yeah.
And uh so that's just one part of sound designing which is there. But I mean there are more songs
Hmm.
that sort of explore different areas of that, which I just heard, and
Yeah.
I just felt that was
Yeah.
interesting.
And I think and the lyrics themselves. I think starting with the first song, this song is not actually about a breakup, but I think I like to think it's more the way it's like together we cry. It's sort of more about just like the human condition in general and like
Yeah,
things that go wrong in society, sort of, and
it's about Jenny and Mary,
yeah, and it's
so
about and
like, and
people
their
he knew
lives.
growing up, the
Yeah,
struggles people went through, the ambitions and hopes they had before they were crushed or whatever,
yeah.
by the modern world. I think, but there's very much that aspect of together we cry. It's not necessarily shifting the blame to like one part of society or the other. It's just in general that life can suck sometimes, regardless who you are, um, and I think there's an
And
element
what you
of that.
plan to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's an interesting song to start with, to start the album off with.
I think it's more generalized.
Hmm.
Like it's not focused on like a particular person, but it's just
Yeah,
a
it's like an anthem, isn't
you
it?
know
Yeah.
people will feel it because
Yeah, I
yeah,
wonder
that's how it
if
is.
it's also there's part of it which is generational, because some of the issues and things that he brings up. I mean, some of them have always existed, like depression and substance abuse, but things like teenage pregnancies and stuff that was getting a lot more limelight in the 2000s when people and him growing up, in the 80s, 90s.
Right.
I think there's certain sort of generational things embedded in this song, um, that relate to the
Mhm.
struggles of his generation of having dreams and ambitions but being crushed by the economy and trying to figure a way out.